Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to possibly maybe a series. This is All the Mods 10 to the Sky, and I thought, hey, why not give this a play for YouTube? I've played quite a bit of the Sky Factory, Skyblock, mod packs. I really do enjoy them. I thought, hey, why not give this a little go for views and all that? I just enjoy it. It's a lot of fun playing these. I haven't gotten far at all when it comes to Sky Factory, or All the Mods 10 to the Sky. So I thought, you know what, let's see if a possible series would help motivate me to play it more and get further. And okay, we got a sapling. I know there's a bunch of different islands and starting points you can do. I, of course, elected to go with the basic, boring, nothing. No! No! We got absolutely nothing out of that. That's awful. But I wanted to start with zero help, true Skyblock fashion and style. Yeah, let's see what we can do, get done, things like that. This series might be a little faster editing style. Apologies if you're not as used to it. Hopefully I can get pretty far with this. Like I said, I haven't done a whole lot, especially with all the mods. I've never made an all the mod star, so I'd love to get there. If not, that's all right. Now, do they have the crouch for trees? They do have the twerk for trees. And they got the vein miner, thankfully. Ultimine, I should say. Thankfully, we're not going to just be sitting around waiting for 20 years for stuff to get done. Let's go ahead and expand our little platform even more. The hardest part for me on this series, or I keep saying series, we'll see if this is a series. The hardest part for me on this is going to be talking and recording differently. Instead of just letting everything play and trying to talk the whole time, I'm just going to edit out the quiet parts. I'm not used to that. And so obviously there's going to be a little bit of jumps here and there. This is hopefully going to be a good learning curve for me and way for me to progress with my content creation style. And if you're new, hi, welcome. I've been doing this for a hot minute. Nothing too crazy, as you can see. Go check out my other series, Lingango, if you want to see what I have been doing. Of course, I also have the stone block one. I don't know if I'm going to continue that. I kind of just played that when I was feeling a little bit bored, just to see if people would be interested in me playing that as well. And I mean, it's stone block. It's kind of like this, but it's not like this. So I'm not entirely sure how I feel to it as a series or a pack so far. I don't know. We'll see. It's the fun part of being a non-existent YouTuber is all of the time I have, it's whatever I feel like doing. We got a really big platform right now. So the first step is going to be to make barrels. That way we can increase how much dirt we got. In fact, we're going to need a couple that are always available for wood. Oh, they don't have that. Okay. Or not for wood, but we need to have two always available for collecting rainwater. We are at the beach, so hopefully we can run into some stuff fairly quick. Or some rain. I don't know. Does it rain on beaches? So we'll use this barrel for increasing the quantity of dirt. We got our dirt. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the next block placement. So now we got to go out pretty far this way. Now we got 2 trees going. One thing I want to double check on is if I take some logs, craft them over. Are there wooden shears? There is not. Okay. I do have these blueprints. I don't know what they're all for. Okay. I'm not very familiar with silent gear. Axe head pan handle. Okay. So if I do this and this, oak wood axe. Is it any better than a normal axe? No. It can break over time. So what's the point of doing it? That's goofy. Okay, well, let's go ahead and make ourselves a couple chests. First of all, we're gonna do this for kind of like our junk chest. And then over here for a little bit more important stuff. What I'm gonna do is make a really big platform, or at least that's the goal. We got one of these super big trees. Only reason I'm mining the leaves at first is because I think it gets little better drop rates when I do it this way first. Our goal, of course, is to get some iron and some other cool resources as the sun sets. I guess we could also look at the quest. So it wants us to, obviously, you start off in some random area. Observe grass, whatever, wood, dirt. It gives us 10 dirt right out the gate. It gives us food. If you haven't played all the mods before and you're not familiar with this, welcome to a very fast progressing mod pack. If you expect to take your time and go slow like you do in Sky Factory, you are in the wrong end of the game. I mean, heck, even just doing that, you're getting torches easily is not something I'm used to. Let's see, we can take our stakes. I tried playing a little bit of this mod pack called Greg Tech New Horizons, and after a couple hours of playing, and I was recording it to see, you know, maybe this would be a cool series to do. And then I watched more of the guy who I was watching, and I realized he is spending 10 hours a day playing, and this is how long it takes him to get progress, and he's falling behind compared to his friends, okay, never mind. This ain't worth it. Maybe in the future, but unfortunately, I'm an adult with full-time job. It's what it is, and other activities and social life having to do. Now, if I was a creator full-time, then maybe a little different. But at the same time, he's playing with a bunch of friends, so I'm sure that helps, and he knows what he's doing. I have zero clue. I think it would be really funny if I had one really long line for trees. Instead of being practical with it, just, yep, this is a super long line of trees, wood, like wood farm and everything, instead of, you know, the practicality to it. Okay, so as the sun rises on a grateful universe, got the tree line started here. I think this is just hilarious. It's the line of trees. I mean, we gotta make the world, or restore the world, right? Isn't the old, what's the agrarian skies lore that some sort of thing was consuming the world and you were the last survivor, blah, 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 blah. It's up to you to save humanity or something like that. I don't know. If you've never used them, by the way, I haven't. The stickiest sticks are very helpful when building like this and doing this. Didn't know that until now. We're actually trying it. That's a plus. They do connect there, by the way, if you do that. Reason I'm doing this is just that way I can mine all of them out at once. Look, 42 blocks, boom. And I got all these trees done. As long as the tops don't get uncovered, they're all safe blocks. Nothing's gonna spawn on them. We get a bunch of food, get a bunch of saplings. I gotta remember the next steps. So if I do infest our trees, we gotta make crooks. Okay, I was like, are crooks in this? I haven't done any crooks yet, but yes, they are. So what we'll do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, because why would we stop here for the Great Wall of Tree? We got to keep going, but we'll have them separated so that way they don't interfere with each other. It just makes sense, right? Great Wall of Tree. But as you'll see here, super handy with building. All right, so we crook these leaves, and that's how we get our silkworms. There they are. Wonderful. Then we can just boop, 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 get rid of all those at once. So now what we can do is, we only got one. That's fine. So if I put the silkworm there, it automatically is infesting the leaves. Then I can come over here, get these ones grown. Of course it wouldn't connect. That's fine. We do need a little bit more stuff anyway. Maybe I can get a big tree here or make it connect in some way. Yeah, they're touching. That works. All right. So I can go through here. We can crook these. Thankfully, it's very cheap to make crooks, especially when they drop sticks left and right. Bang, we got a lot more. Plus, this gives us a ton of saplings, which we are absolutely going to need in a moment. And we can mine all these. It's 60 blocks, so it's just enough to not be a problem. And look at all this. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and infest another leaf there, of course. Get more rocking and rolling. All right, so we got a ton of saplings. Can turn these all into dirt. Do I have a backup sapling? I don't. So I like to keep a few saplings tucked away just in case. So now we're working towards sticks, basic storage. This is where some of the fun rolls in of all these quests with all the mods. So obviously their main goal or end goal is to make all the modium. I've never worked with bees, so maybe I learned how to use bees in this mod pack. They also don't have chapter 4 completed for all the modium star. This mod pack hasn't been updated in a month, I think, but we're getting a lot of stuff, and this is where we can get the other saplings, which was nice. Chiseled, tips and tricks. We got a random loot, which might have been more saplings, possibly. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and throw all of this bloat item in there. Leaves, obviously, do this. Leaves are a lot more beneficial once you can get those rolling. These look like they're done, so we'll crook them away. Grab a bunch of string. And if it seems excessive for the amount of string I have, it's not, I promise. We get some cooked silkworm, we get some string. What we do with the string, of course, is we make these meshes. Gonna make enough for a bed real quick. And yes, I know I have 13 meshes. It seems like a lot. I promise it isn't. Go ahead and clear our inventory a little bit of stuff, just because we don't need all the extra. Can I do this? No, I cannot. Ooh, I made it the second time with a running start. All right, let's go ahead and take down this tree. Kachink. Damage a gear item past a certain point. Stats get recalculated. Just seems like it screams this thing gets worse over time. Kind of feels like it is, but I could be mistaken. We're gonna need a bunch of wood because next up what we gotta do is make ourselves a sieve, which I'm totally forgetting how to make. So a sieve is made slabs. That's what it is. And you can see 1 oak sieve, 1 string mesh. String mesh. So we need to make a bunch more. Now we have a total of 14, which is on par with the string meshes we have now that I made more. And since we of course, are building the line of trees, I don't want to interrupt it. I kind of like the idea of making this thing stupidly long. And by stupidly long, I do mean very, very far out. I kind of want to have the in between divided up, so I'm going to go ahead and make spruce wood, because now I can take the spruce wood and go ahead and make some slabs out of these, and I can go in a different direction. So this is the spawning block right here. So we want to keep it kind of centered. I forgot, because it's off-centered for the divide, that's not equal. And also, I need to throw some trees over here, otherwise hostile mobs could spawn, and we definitely don't want that. And I just realized I didn't get any more spruce logs, which is absolutely fantastic. I got cherry blossom galore, but I couldn't get spruce. Are you kidding me? The tree that I grew couldn't get more. Okay, well, it looks like we're gonna have to use cherry wood to actually build out, but that's okay. What we'll do then is we'll use the spruce wood to kind of divide up the area, and the cherry wood to actually build with. Why don't I real quick make a bed, sleep through the night, so that way we don't gotta worry about the mob spawn. All right, we got a decent bit of the cherry wood, and yes, it's gonna be pink. Got a decent bit of cherry wood now, and yes, it's gonna be pink wood. It may not be the prettiest, but I don't care. I think it's absolutely hilarious. So what we're gonna do, here's the centered off. All right, I think I got a pretty good starting base platform size here. So why don't we go ahead and do this, upgrade, or not upgrade, but to get some of this rolling. Don't want to put that on the top level, so we're gonna do that there. Obviously, we got a ton of sieves already set. We need to get cobblestone yesterday, just for torches alone. I got one torch here that I can use. I gotta put it over here, just for mob spawning. Like, I see that spot, but it's not attainable. I see over there. Why don't we just take a little nap through the night? Okay, so now we need to get a bunch of dirt. And we have we got a decent bit of saplings here to be able to do that. I do want to move these over because they are not currently able to collect rainwater. Let's see, does the biome change over here at all? I don't know. We'll just stick them right there in case it does rain. And yes, the pink looks absolutely atrocious. I love it. All right, we got 18 pieces of dirt that we can sift through and bang. We already got a ton of stuff, bunch of stone pebbles. Quest completion time. Sieve, it gives us 3 more meshes, 3 more sieves. See, what else did it give us? Basic tools, cobblestone gives us free wood. Building tips, more free cobble. A chisel for building. What else do they give? Food and farming. You get some seeds, you get more seeds. Next up, mystical agriculture. That's something I've always loved going into. They did get rid of the ores for it. So they did nerf the ability of mystical agriculture in this mod pack, which sucks because I love it, but oh well. What's next? Productive trees. I don't know how this works. I don't know how productive farming, auto trees, crop, feeding trough, feeding, watering trough. I don't know how any of this works. I just know it's plants. Productive trees. Yeah, like what is any of this? No clue. None. Maybe we'll learn at some point. Maybe we won't. Food and farming, it gave us bone meal. Any other achievements or stuff want to get done? No? Okay, cool. Ore chunks. So now that we have this, what I'm gonna do is first of all make a furnace, because we need to be the ability to make charcoal. Without that, we are cooked. So let's go ahead and I did that backwards. Go ahead and make some charcoal, then we can use our wall of tree. I want this to seriously go so far down that scrolling all the way in, you can't see it, the end. And now we can cook up more, of course. The game does give an emergency sapling. It does give head start, so I could get ice, water, cactus, seed, lava. I'm not doing any of that. I don't want the head start. What we do need, however, is a hammer. So we're going to make a wooden hammer. I know I could make a bigger one. We're going to go ahead and take all of our cobblestone. And I know I just used a lot of the cobblestone for this, but it's okay. Or all of our cobblestone. Now we got gravel. We can take our gravel, sieve all of it. Now we got a bunch of ores, bunch of crap, right? That's typically how this goes, right? You get way more crap than you need. So I'm going to put a chest right here for it, but I got some flint. And so what I can do with this flint now is I can take it and just like this, now I got flint mesh. Oh, and I didn't even realize flint shears are a thing. This is actually really nice to know. So now I can flintify those, grab more, get more dirt, and voila, they're broken. Okay. Do I have any more flint? No? Okay. It gave us ore chunks, so it gave us 3 copper, 3 of those. If I hammer them, they don't break. Okay, so I still use a normal pickaxe to get them. That's fine. Wooden tools don't work on either. That's right. Okay, well, I goofed it. So now that I got 8 charcoal, I can make more. And this is where things really start to ramp up in this mod pack for the game. Obviously, I got coal here, but I'm gonna just use charcoal to make torches. Boom, got that. Now we can go over here. I'm gonna go do the others over here. 19 more pieces of dirt. Sieve through all of that. Grab more stone, more random crops. 22 cobblestone, which means I can now make pickaxe. How do I make a squeezer? So one of the things the game recommends doing is making a squeezer wherever it is. Stone generator, easy ore duping, which is a block of iron. It's expensive, especially on the early game. Ore hammer, it's the same thing, but the raw ore that we got for copper ain't enough yet. Basic armor, lapis, basic tools, wood, stone, iron. Gives up a bunch of free cobble again. Let's go ahead and just hammer all this out. Boom, 35 pieces of gravel. Just like that, we got a bunch of ores again. Huh, 1 flint can repair it. But since I got all of this crap and a bunch of flint, what I'm gonna do now is go down the line and just collect a ton of leaves, because I can. All right, so I got just a little bit of leaves. And so obviously this is not a very large setup anymore. In fact, it's pretty tiny of a setup for barrels. So let's go ahead and make a few more. All right, I made a couple more, you know, nothing too crazy. And I don't want to overdo it with placing them. All right, that should be good. Nothing too crazy. And we can do that. And then we just go back and forth as we place a bunch of leaves in here. And by the time we've completed one pass, the other or another set will be done. The only thing I wish this did was refill in the hotbar. All right, we got just a small, you know, 108. No. 98 dirt here. Nothing too crazy, of course. Now, one thing you can do is if I hit that or hit uses, I can see that string will get me a bunch of basic stuff. Flint will get me quite a bit more of things, including sourceberry, different food options, sugarcane, grass, 30% chance for flint, all these other stone options too, which may not seem too worthwhile, but if you go with diorite, go ahead and make diorite, and then you go to the hammer, you can turn diorite into gravel. So it's another source of making resources or getting gravel for the early game. So it's 100% worth doing this instead of into the normal one. And you can see my inventory is already getting full. Makes you addicted. Harvest some coffee. Okay, we are just absolutely full of plants and crops and crap. And I know I just mixed up the ore chest with that, but that's fine. Go ahead and grab some flint. So now if I do this, we'll get a little bit more done quickly, because yes, we're doing all our dirt. Go ahead and throw all of this in here. Clearly we have a ton of stuff, a lot of these pebbles especially. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out all of the pebbles, throw in that stuff. So now if I go like this, I got a stack of diorite, a stack of granite, stack of andesite. We also got a ton of cobblestone now, which is amazing. And we got only a few pebbles left over extra. Got a ton of the resources though. And if I go to building tricks, vanilla stone, create, which look at all this. How in the world does one use create? I have zero clue. I know you can make mechanisms that break things and like you can automate a lot of stuff off of this. Yeah, I'm not that versed in it. We're gonna just kind of stick to the traditional style for now. So obviously we need to get a bunch of iron to get the squeezer and the copper ore hammer. We need to turn all of this into gravel, and I'm not about to use a wooden hammer for all of this. So we're gonna go ahead and make ourselves a nice stone hammer. And then from here, I can go around and place all this cobble and other stuff down. All right, so I got all of our stuff placed down, and I should have saved stum because the hammer broke, but that's all right. I'm sure it's fairly simple for me to make another one. No, it's not. Okay, I need more. All right, I got a little bit of gravel. We also got some more flint. So that way we can upgrade our meshes more. And if I could place them, I know I need to grab one more. So now we got a bunch of that. We got of the, whatchamacallit here. I'm gonna go ahead and craft it. Go ahead and make another chest. That way we can put all of our ores in that chest, because we are about to get a ton of ores instead of having them all combined, which is a silly idea, like I was doing there. So now I can go like this, and if I stand over here, it should prevent anything from falling into the void. And as you can see, we get quite a bit of stuff, including more flint, so we can finish off these. So now I have enough gravel and flint and stuff, or not gravel and flint, but enough flint meshes to be able to just absolutely pound through all this gravel. Look at that. Boom, we got a ton of resources to start this off. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go ahead and dump everything into our chest for what we just collected. Yeah, we got a decent bit of stuff, including iron and copper. To make the ores, you just got to do this, put the pieces together. And one other little tidbit is with the copper, of course, just mining it first because you'll get more this way. So now I have 50 pieces. If I come over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do 6 of them. The iron, we are going to wait just because we can make the copper ore hammer, which will double the resources just because we're going to have enough copper for that. And iron is a lot more valuable in the early game. Any other quests completed right now? No. Okay. BBL routers. Interesting. All right. So obviously we got to look at dirt. So let's see. Where's our grass seeds? Here's grass seeds. Do I have a single piece of dirt I can spare? Yep. Here we go. So I'm just going to observe it. Boom. Because now it's wanting me to go through this quest line. But obviously I've already completed most of this. It does want me to do sand and clay to get dust, and it gives us a bunch more for free. Deep slate, crushed deep slate, that is from getting blackstone, which you can't get until you start sifting. Crushed netherrack, crushed blackstone. Obviously we're not there yet. That's lava in the barrel. Why did it put us to that chapter? Weird. Apparently another productive trees, flowers, bone meal. Okay, so now, okay, not quite enough for the copper, but we did get another achievement done. Oh yeah, the Steam Age. Not very familiar with all this. Another set of chests for free. I won't say no. Create gives us a block of copper. Oh, there we go. So now I can take these, go ahead and make a copper ore hammer. Oh, I gotta put it in my inventory first. There we go. And now if I take our iron, we can duplicate them, get the dust, and this is where having a second furnace is a need. In fact, let's go ahead and put it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces total. Building tips. Gives me a block of iron for free. This game just loves giving you stuff for free early game. In fact, 3 iron, 3 gold, boom. Now I can make the squeezer if I get one more piece of plank. Let's see, there it is. And the squeezer is actually super nice because I will demonstrate. If I take this gold, turn it into a block, I put the squeezer in there, I can actually jump on this, and there it goes. Now to reset it, I need a button. And that means I need cherry slab to make this hole. I can press the button and now it's back to normal. And as you see, I got 3 gold ore. Boom, got another set. It's not an easy way to duplicate ores or a quick way, but it works. So now I have 12 gold ore. Really nice to get multiple. And I'm going to keep going with the copper because, well, obviously need more copper ore. And so now we got that challenge done. Basic armor, gold, cool, iron, cool. Starting out, got those. It gives us more. Iron furnace is just iron around a furnace, which is upgradable. So if I do stone to iron, it's just a piece of stone around it. I can go like this. It does spit everything else out immediately, but that's fine. Then don't I have more gold? I do have some gold. Can I duplicate it even further, or is this not a thing? It is. Oh my gosh, I can just absolutely melt through stuff. Well, let's go ahead and upgrade the furnace another level then, because might as well. Mechanism, it gives osmium. Railcraft gives some extra pieces. We're going to take the steel. With the steel, we can get more towards here. And as you can see, things are just progressing super duper quick, and I can't keep up, it seems. I didn't mean to put those down. I meant to put them in the squeezer. Oh well. With this iron, I can squeeze the iron out. The only thing I wish you could do is easily reset this thing, but oh well. The copper ore, I think it is just as efficient to go this route, so it's whatever. But I can, of course, take the hammer to it and double it. 6, 8, and then I can do this. Ooh, is it... Okay, it takes a block of gold. It's a little bit more expensive than I was hoping for or thought. So if I do this, take the iron furnace. If I want to upgrade it to gold, yeah, it's a block. Okay, so we need a couple more pieces. It's still absolutely worth doing. They also give you another free stone to iron furnace upgrade. Over on this end, iron furnaces, and guess what? They give you another one with a couple blocks of coal. So they gave it there. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another furnace here. Put this on top. Boom, iron, stone to iron. I can make one more go up, which will do that one. But I can take this iron furnace now and upgrade this one once I have one more piece of gold. There we go. Upgrade you to gold. The next tier would be diamond, but obviously we're not at that stage. But we do have a gold furnace. It gives us, you guessed it, silver to gold, iron to gold, which we're not even using that, so Iron to gold. Now we have 2 gold furnaces, and it just cooks stuff faster, if that wasn't obvious. So we're gonna smelt the copper just because we need that. We can go ahead and upgrade that to the iron, or to the next tier. Because now our hammer's gone, but we have enough copper, or we will, hopefully. Did I smelt more? Yep, there it is. So now I can go ahead and make another one of those. Okay, copper ore hammer. And I can take these 21. Actually, I can put them over here. Boom. Now we got a bunch of copper cooking. We got some gold cooked up and going. We are really progressing through a lot on this, of course. We got a really good start going here. All right, since the game gave us a bunch of dust, sand, and gravel, we might as well send it through. Get a bunch of this random crap. Let's see. Anything else in here good? No? Okay. So we got more quests completed. Flint gives us 3 flint blocks. I pick up one of these meshes. Got another quest done. It gave me 4 flint meshes, which 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another 4 is set aside and available for getting them to the iron tier. Because iron tier, if I remember correctly, is when I can start getting diamonds from gravel. Yep, it's a 1% chance. However, if I upgrade it to gold, then it's a 4% chance. And then if I upgrade it to diamond, it's a 6%. Netherite, it's a, I don't know what percent chance it is. It doesn't say. Average out 0.12. So it's a 12% chance. And since I have some gold, we're going to just go ahead and upgrade all the meshes I can. Iron to gold. It doesn't unlock anything here. Compressed gravel, but we do have that completed. We got the 2 iron completed. And with that, I am going to wrap up today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. Let me know to continue on with the series. I'm going to give it a try, see if I enjoy doing this and playing this. I've done it on stream, but not on actual full YouTube, I guess. Ugh, Zycraft. It's just a lot of extra crap here is how I see it. But hit the like button, subscribe, do all the fun things. See you guys whenever next, possibly in the next episode. As always, peace out.